One of the biggest holes or positions of need, in my opinion, was filled the other day when the Pittsburgh Steelers traded for Malik Reed. Today, we're going to break down a little bit of film on Malik Reed and to see what he brings to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Please hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Also, don't forget to ring that notification bell. That way you're notified of all our daily content. We also have a weekly live and have special guests that appear on the show. As the season progresses or starts here in the near future, we'll be having special guests on a rotation with the show, and I'll be also guest appearing on a couple of different shows, and we'll be announcing those things in the near future. But with that being said, guys, I'm Daniel J. This is State of the Steelers, and welcome to the Huddle. So, Pittsburgh Steelers finally filled a position of need that I've been kind of harping about needing to be filled the entire offseason. The outside linebacker position is one that is of high importance for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And in my opinion, they're a little bit top heavy, when it came to Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt. Now that the Pittsburgh Steelers have traded for Malik Reed, I think that brings that third outside linebacker that's going to bring a certain dynamic and standard that the Pittsburgh Steelers need in their depth behind Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt. And so I wanted to break down a little bit of film when it comes to Malik Reed, kind of showcase what he brings to the Pittsburgh Steelers, a couple of moves that he does, showcase how he plays against the run and how he does, his play recognition is, and his IQ, in my opinion, is very, very high. And you'll see that. And so, with that being said, let's break down some of this. Let's break down the film. And so on this play, and you guys might recognize this play from last year. And for those on the audio side only, I would recommend you go to YouTube and look up State of the Steelers, and that way you can follow along on what we're watching. But I'll be as descriptive as possible. And for everybody else who is interested in just listening in on an audio only platform, just maybe you want to go for a jog or a cruise or something and want to listen in the background versus watch the YouTube, we are on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you find podcasts, just search State of the Steelers. So on this play here, this is from last year from the Pittsburgh Steelers, took on the Denver Broncos. Malik Reed is lined up on the right side. I'll circle him here. So Malik Reed is lined up in the right outside linebacker position. You can see that he's lined up way out there. Several. As you can see, he's lined up out to the right. And as always, we'll have this played at a slow speed. Now, there's one move that I really do like from Malik Reed, and you'll see it a couple of times. And this is he's a lengthy guy. He's got long arms, and he has an extended punch, and he's able to hold the tackle and really put himself in a winning position. And let me show you what I mean. You see his left arm there. He's going to hit Dan Moore straight in the chest and just kind of push him back, and allows him to free from the block, and allows him to get a strip sack on Ben Roethlisberger. We'll be showcasing that move. He has a couple of moves that I like, but Malik Reed is a guy that we have to remember. He studied behind Von Miller, Nick Chubb, a pass rush that is really, really good out in Denver. And so he's got that pedigree. He's got that training, so to speak, and he's really performed out there. I think he's had 15 sacks in 3 years. He had a breakout season in 2020 when he had like 8 sacks, 37 QB pressures, things of that nature. He had a very impressive year, filling in for Nick Chubb and for Von Miller. And so he's got a few moves. We'll look at this one. This one, again, is this extended punch that he does. And this is also a familiar face. You guys may remember Alejandro Villanueva. This is Denver Broncos against the Baltimore Ravens last year, and you're going to see how his extended the way he extends his left arm and really just kind of it allows him to maintain control or take control of the offensive lineman. Let's play this. And again, this is slowed down so that we can see what's going on. He holds him back with his left hand, very strong, and he's able to get the sack. On this next play, as you can see, I have him circled out here. He's going to the right side, going up against Alejandro Villanueva again. Again, with the extended left, and allows him to get pressure on the quarterback. Not a sack, but that was the kind of pressures that he was getting throughout the year last year. Very, very high motor guy. I like what I see out of him. He's got that move. He's got another one. He's got a swim move that's dynamic. In fact, we'll showcase it here. This is also the last year. This is the Denver Broncos versus, I mean, that's the Atlanta Falcons. And Malik Reed is out here to the left. He's circled out here. And so watch this move right here. He does a swim move. He fakes to the outside, comes back in, swims over the offense tackle, and just kind of leaves him. Like if this was a basketball move, some would say that's breaking your ankles. Just kind of leaves him there, leaves him out of position. He almost falls down. Let's rewind that and watch that again. And again, this is slowed down so that we can see what he's doing. Let's watch this in full speed, actually, just so you guys can see how fast and how dynamic this player is. This is in normal speed. Boom. I mean, he's right in the face of the quarterback. Dynamic player. He is I'm super excited about this guy. This guy here, I think, can rack up anywhere between 7 to 10 sacks. Honestly, I think he's going to get a lot of opportunity to be on the field when it comes to being in that third piece on the outside linebacker position right now. Alex Highsmith hasn't played a single down this entire preseason, and so I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to bring in Alex Highsmith a little bit slower, and so I think that this addition is super important, especially right now, going into Cincinnati on a week 1 division game that's frankly going to be pretty tough, needless to say. And so, Malik Reed, he's not just a dynamic pass rusher. He also plays the run very well. Let's look here. In this clip here, we have the Denver Broncos versus the New York Jets. You're going to see Reed's going to be lined up to our left out here. I am circled with my mouse. And what he's going to do is he's going to seal the edge, not allow this run to continue, and then make the tackle. It's very impressive. He is an all-around outside linebacker. I really like what he does. Let's rewind that a little bit. As you can see, he's got a double team coming in with the tackle and the tight end. The tackle then pushes off and goes up to the second level, leaving this a one-on-one block. At that point, you can see the extension. You see where Reed then gains control of the blocker. And at this point, he's got control of the blocker. It's his game. This running back, he cuts in. He's going to get attacked. He's going to get tackled. He tries to push it out. He's getting tackled. There's nowhere for this running back to go. This is well played by Malik Reed. And as you can see, nowhere to go. Tackled out there. We'll watch that again. Sets the block. Now, on this play here, this is going to show his ability to identify the play. He's a very, very smart player, very cerebral player. He's an undrafted guy that came up the ranks. When you have typically your undrafted guys aren't the guys that are going to pop off the sheet, so to speak, when it comes to the combine numbers and things of that nature. These aren't the most top of the line guys when it comes to those things. These guys are guys that are going to be cerebral players. They're going to have to, what they lack in potentially ability. They have to gain in cerebral play, and his awareness of what's going on the field is amazing. Not to say that he's slow or anything like that either. I'm just saying in general when it comes to the UDFAs. Uh, so you have him lined up to the right side. Let's play this. And the Jets are in shotgun formation. They're going to do, I believe it's a screen. He's going to realize what's going on and make the play. The ball is snapped. He's rushing. He realizes there's a screen, turns around, and makes the play, including the tackle. I mean, he's in the play. He's making sure that the runner's not advancing. It ends up being a loss. Very smart. Knew what was going on. Read the play, diagnosed it, and was able to make the play on the field. Very impressed so far with what I see from him. I'm sure, like I said before, he's probably has some faults. Nobody's perfect. There's reasons why he went undrafted. However, so far what I'm seeing out of Malik is a high motor guy and a guy that's very cerebral, very smart, and applies a lot of pressure to the quarterback. You know, I like what he's doing on the running game as well. Now, in this play, just to kind of figure and just to showcase his coverage ability, we have the Denver Broncos playing against their division rival, the Los Angeles Chargers, and you're going to see what he's able to do against their running back. So Herbert takes a snap, goes out to pass, and Malik Reed is covering that like a blanket. He's on it, doesn't allow the play to proceed. Great job. Doesn't allow the play to proceed. You know, just a solid all-around player. This isn't a guy that's going to be, well, you know, based on the numbers that he's got and the opportunities that he's had to play behind Von Miller and Nick Chubb. I think, you know, from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing and going through Broncos, you know, other content creators from the Broncos, that this guy is a solid guy. He's a high motor guy. He's a guy that, if not, you know, if Nick Chubb or Von Miller were to go down, that he could step in. Maybe not fill those guys' shoes, so to speak, 100%, but there wouldn't be too much steep of a drop off. I like what I'm seeing. I definitely feel that this guy could potentially be a starter in this league. Maybe not the TJ Watt on the field, but the Alex Highsmith. He can be that opposite end of your playmaker. And so I think he can fill in for Alex Highsmith while he's out as well, and also do those spot check duty for TJ Watt. Also, with Malik Reed and his ability and how smart he is, I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers bring back the three outside linebacker set that they were, you know, using a lot of when Melvin Ingram was still a part of the team. Let me know in the comment section, guys. This is all I have for y'all today. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think about Malik Reed. Do you like the pickup? Let me know if there's maybe perhaps somebody else that you would like to see. I know that the Pittsburgh Steelers released Derek Tuska and picked up Jameer Jones. And so with that being said, guys, it's going to put a bow on this show today. Please hit that like and subscribe and ring that notification bell. That way you're notified of all of our content. With that being said, guys, I'm Daniel J. This is State of the Steelers. Peace.